What if I told you that hating social media does not disqualify you from building a six-figure coaching business? I know you're probably thinking, but every marketing expert is telling me the same thing. Post daily, go live, grow your following, create viral content, show up consistently. And if you're not doing all of that, then you might as well not even try. But what happens when you actually follow that advice? You spend 3 hours creating one Instagram reel. It gets 87 views. And from that, you get 0 clients. At that point, you start resenting the business that you haven't even launched yet. Because somewhere along the way, somebody has convinced you that social media equals visibility. And that is really where the entire strategy falls apart. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. My name is Nick Scott. I'm a business coach who helps women create high-ticket coaching offers that actually sell. In this video, I'm going to be talking about marketing your coaching business when you absolutely cannot stand social media. Because there's this narrative in the coaching space that if you don't love Instagram, then you're automatically destined to fail. That if you refuse to dance on TikTok, that you'll never find clients. That if you're not committed to posting every single day, then you might as well give up now. I'm calling all that out as complete foolishness. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because what I am about to share changes everything you thought you knew about marketing your coaching business. I want you to think about the last time somebody told you how to market your coaching business. They probably told you that you needed a content calendar. They told you that you needed to batch 30 pieces of content. They explained to you how you use trending audio. They walked you through the perfect posting schedule. And somewhere in the middle of that conversation, you felt your soul literally leave your body. And it's not because you don't want clients, and it's certainly not because you're lazy. It's because that strategy fundamentally misunderstands who you are as a woman and the type of business that you're trying to create for yourself. You didn't leave your corporate job to become a full-time content creator. You didn't develop 15 years of expertise to perform for strangers on the internet. You did not build your coaching business because you want to spend your morning routine stressing over engagement rates. And yet every single marketing strategy you've ever seen treats social media like it's mandatory, like it's the only way. Like if you're not willing to do it, then you don't want success bad enough. And you know what? That is manipulation disguised as motivation. Because here's the truth. Social media is just one channel, y'all. Just one. Social media is just one marketing strategy among so many others. And for some people, social media is actually the worst option they could use to market their coaching business. Can I ask you something? When was the last time you hired a coach because you saw their Instagram post? When was the last time you invested $2,000 in someone's program because you saw them dancing on TikTok? Probably never, because most people hire coaches through referrals. They hire coaches through direct conversations. They hire coaches because they saw them speak at an event or they heard them speaking on a podcast. People hire coaches through email sequences that demonstrate that particular coach's expertise. They hire coaches through LinkedIn connections that turn into consultations. Social media might introduce you to someone, but it rarely closes the sale. And if social media isn't the thing that's closing the sales for the coaches you follow, what makes you think that it would magically start closing sales for you? The math ain't mathin', y'all. If you're selling a $2,000 program and you want to make $10,000 a month, you need to sign 5 clients. You need 5 women who say yes. Not 50,000 followers on Instagram. You don't need viral content, and you definitely don't need to master the algorithm. You need to have 5 real conversations with women who understand the value of what it is you have to offer. Everything else, y'all, is just noise, and it's misleading you to think that it's strategy. Now, I'm speaking as a true and through marketer here. The problem with social media is that it tricks you into believing that more is better. More followers, more content, more engagement. When in actuality, having more conversations with fewer people would get you to your income goal faster. So what does marketing look like when you completely remove social media from the equation? I'm gonna tell you what it looks like. It looks like strategy, not content. Strategy. Think about the last coaching client you signed. Where did they find you? Probably through someone who knew someone, or maybe they heard you speak, or maybe they were already in your network and they didn't know that you had a coaching package to offer. That's how most coaching businesses actually grow. They grow through connections, not by going viral, which means your marketing strategy should actually focus on activating those connections that you already have, not building new connections from scratch on a platform that you absolutely hate. Here's an example. You send 15 personalized emails to former colleagues who respect your work. You tell them that you've transitioned into coaching. You explain who you serve and how you can help. And you offer a complimentary strategy session to the first 5 people who respond. 3 of those people book calls. 2 of those people become clients. That's $4,000 in revenue without even opening the Instagram app. Here's another example. You reach out to 3 people who offer workshops, courses, or programs to an audience that's similar to your target audience. You propose a partnership where you deliver a free training to their community. During that training, you demonstrate your expertise and then you offer a pathway for that audience to continue to work with you. 5 people sign up for a discovery call, 2 people convert. That's another $4,000. And here's another example. You send an email to an email list of 50 people who opted in through your lead magnet, your website, or through your past work. Every week, you share 1 case study, 1 story, or 1 transformation. You're not selling in every email. You're building trust. And after 8 weeks, you announce that you have 3 coaching spots available. 4 people respond, 3 become clients. That's another $6,000. Okay, now let's add this up. You made $4,000 by reaching out to former colleagues. You made another $4,000 through OPP, other people's platforms, and you just made $6,000 through your email list. That's $14,000 and you didn't even touch social media. There was no algorithm to beat. You didn't stress out about a content calendar and you didn't edit 1 single reel. All it took was strategic outreach to people who already knew what you were capable of. Now, maybe you're sitting there thinking that all sounds amazing, but I don't even have an offer to sell. Or maybe you have an idea, but you're not exactly sure how to structure it. Maybe you're second guessing yourself about whether or not people would actually pay what it is that you need to charge. And that's exactly why I created my micro course, 2K in 2 hours. This is my framework for taking what you already know and packaging it into a coaching offer that you can confidently sell for $2,000 or more. Inside, you get 5 different templates. Each one is designed for a different delivery style and different lifestyle. You're not guessing, you're not starting from scratch. You're choosing the template that works for how you want to become a coach, then customizing it with your expertise. The training walks you through how to structure your offer, how to price it, and how to sell it without sounding desperate or salesy. You also get sales scripts, so when someone asks you about your offer, you don't freeze up. You get a pricing guide, so you stop undercharging out of fear, and you get a simple onboarding process so that your clients feel the professionalism that you have to offer right from the start. This is for the woman who knows that she can help people but doesn't know how to turn her ideas or her skills into an actual business. 2K in 2 hours is for the woman who is tired of sitting on the sidelines watching all these other coaches run multi 6 and 7 figure businesses while she sits on her expertise. This training is for the woman who's ready to stop overthinking and start earning. If that sounds like you, the link for 2K in 2 hours is down in the description. Here's what I want you to understand. Marketing is not about who sees you, it's about who responds to you. And the difference between those 2 things is the difference between wasting time and making money. You can have 50,000 followers and 0 sales, or you can have 50 strategic connections and sell out your coaching program. One of those scenarios requires you to post every single day for a year. The other requires you to show up intentionally for the people who are already primed and familiar with your work. Guess which one builds a sustainable and scalable business faster? The coaches making consistent income are not always the ones with 1 million followers. They're usually the ones that are having the most conversations. They're the ones building relationships instead of audiences. They're the ones selling through trust, not trends. Stop letting your disdain for social media convince you that having an online coaching business is not for you. Stop believing that visibility equals success. Stop measuring your potential by engagement metrics that have absolutely nothing to do with revenue. Your ideal clients are not waiting for you to go viral. They're waiting for you to reach out. They're waiting for you to show them what's possible. They're waiting for you to make it easy for them to say yes. And none of that requires you to perform on a platform that you can't stand. Build your offer, price it like you mean it, then go talk to the people who actually need what you have. That's what I call marketing. Everything else is just content. All right, y'all. That's all I got for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.